I want to talk to you about the secrets, what it is that makes us as believers different than the world. And the problem is, though, is a lot of times as believers, we're not different. In fact, sometimes we don't act any different than anybody else does. And it's not just about our behavior, it's the way we respond. It's the way we react to crisis or the way we react to things that go on in our life. And so we've got to figure out what's the secret to it all. And I just want you to know there really is a secret. In my hand, obviously, is a steering wheel. It came off our Datsun. We have a new steering wheel, newer steering wheel on the Datsun. This is a steering wheel from 1979. Isn't it beautiful? And I'm a little bit different than some people when it comes to car trouble. A lot of you guys can ride down the road. I've been with Brian. He can do this. Ride down the road. You can hear something going on. Something's not quite right under the hood. You can pull over. You can pop that hood, and you can get up underneath that thing and figure it out. And you can save yourself sometimes a lot of time, money, and effort. You know exactly what to do, and you can fix it because you know the secret. You've got the know-how to be able to do it. I'll be honest with you, I don't even know how to put this on my car. I had to have somebody else take it off and put it on. It's probably easy, but I don't have the know-how. Because I don't have the know-how, I can't seem to fix my automobile. I've got to go to somebody else. So you would think that something relatively simple like an internal combustion engine, relatively simple, would be something that a guy would know how to fix. Only if he's got the know-how. You can save your life if you fix it correctly. You can also put yourself in jeopardy if you fix it incorrectly. Like if you bring it to me, you might be in jeopardy when you drive away. Now, there are times in our lives that just like the automobile, we have problems. I don't know about you, but I kind of wish that we had a warning light that goes off that kind of blinks and tells us our oil is low or different indicators. The temperature's hot. Of course, you can probably tell when your temperature's hot. But different things. But how do you handle those things? What do you do? What is the secret when you go through turmoil? You go through tragedy. You go through problems. You go through heartache. You go through difficulty. You go through times that the steering wheel in life comes off. What do you do? Because you know what? I'm telling you something. Every one of us, whether we're believers or non-believers, we're going to go through difficulties in life. The fact of the matter is that believers will go through troubles and problems and heartaches, and the problem is that sometimes we handle those problems just like the world does. And because we do, the world's not interested in knowing what our God's about. Because if we have problems and we can't handle them, then why do they need to come to our God? But I'm convinced that if we can find some of the secrets, if we can discover and tune into the secrets, the know-how, if you will, then we can handle our problems the way that the Scriptures tell us we can. That we can handle our issues the way that God tells us that we can. And one of those passages that we find is Psalm 23, and I'll be there in a minute. But in our preparation for these series of messages, there's a passage of Scripture in the New Testament that I'm building all of the teaching off of. And it's found in 1 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 12. And here's what the Scripture says. And we have received God's Spirit, not the world's spirit, so we can know the wonderful things God has freely given us. Did you hear that? So that we can know. We can have the know-how to be able to dive in and fix. See, guys, look, it's not about being a super Christian.